there, everybody. Welcome back to the Stitcher Girl podcast. My name is Julia, and I'm coming to you from the Maritimes in Moncton, New Brunswick. So this is episode 3, and I'm calling it The Bun Is Back because I am back from my trip. As some of you may recall, I went to Vancouver for a week for Knit City, which is this incredible Canadian knitting event that's been going on for almost 8 years. It's been going on for 8 years in Vancouver. So I'm back, and the weather hasn't been that great though since I've been back. The fall colors are beautiful, don't get me wrong. The trees, the foliage, it's all, beautiful, beautiful. But the weather has been crappy, and I've been working night shifts since I came back, and I swear the last 2 mornings, I've been finishing work at 7, coming home, and it doesn't feel like it's daybreak. It still feels like it's the middle of the night because it's been so dark, this gloomy weather. It's not raining right now, but it has been. It's very gray. You should have seen the moon this morning, the beautiful full moon, when I was driving home from work. And of course, full moon in long-term care in the nursing homes means lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Yeah, very, residents all of a sudden think they can walk. And they get up out of bed, and you're like, how the heck did they get out of bed? Or you find them on the floor. So, they want to go to work. All these things happen in long-term care. So it's lots of fun when there's a full moon. And the fun doesn't stop there, because when the time changes, when we fall back or spring forward, you will see similar behaviors again as well. As they adjust to the time change, as we all do, because, whether it's animals or us, it takes us time to make these adjustments. And so the full moons are always a lot of fun at work. So the weather's been gloomy, work has been loopy, and, but the girl still got her bun. My bun is looking fab. I put on a little lipstick for you this morning, but I'm still in my scrubs because this podcast is a little overdue, and I was hoping to do one before I went away, but I came down with another sinus infection, so that wasn't cool. And so I wasn't really doing much stitching or anything. It just took all the energy I had to get, through my last couple of shifts, get myself packed and get on that plane. So I'm going to do a separate vlog, podcast, whatever you want to call it, all on my trip to Knit City in Vancouver. And so that is something to look forward to. I have made notes so I can keep on track. So what's new? Here I am. Okay, what's new? So I'm back from my trip. I'm back to work. And September was today is October the 14th, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian peeps. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend with your family and your friends. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm hightailing it to Nova Scotia for my turkey. So gobble, gobble. Right. So way back in September, there was oh my God, I'm not making a lot of sense today. 24 hours of cross stitch. I did participate in that, and I'm just gonna go through what I did. I I have a nice little, I kept track of everything here on my, here we go, 24 hours of cross stitch. So, Sally Spencer, as you know, is a sampler, Birds of a Feather. And you'll have to forgive me because I don't really remember where I was last time. But I can tell you, I do know I did do some stitching on this because I love it. I got down the side on both sides now. I've started working on the flowers, some of the letters, got the urns down there at the bottom. So I'm quite happy with Sally Spencer, and I hope to get back to her at some point. Now, the Stitcher, I really wanted to get this finished in September, but getting another sinus infection did not help. So, I'm getting there. I'm really dragging my butt, though, let me tell you. But as you can see, I've put in her hair. I don't know if you can appreciate, but she has purple hair. So she has purple hair, and I'm starting to get the words in. I did get, there's a piece that she's stitching on. Oh, Julia. Right here, this little, she's embroidering there, and I decided to add a heart just to make it special. But I thought that was really cute, and it fit nicely, so I charted that to put that in there. So what else did I do? Oh, yes, this is my birthday start, the beautiful Mirabilia. That was the Stitcher by Homespun Elegance. This is Mirabilia. This is at the Met. Remember, I was having all the grief with the black? Well, as you can see, it's you know, I'm getting there. I still have a chunk of black here that I have to rip out. But at the bottom, I have all redone it. And with this beautiful Caron colors, Bermuda Reef or whatever it's called. Oh my God, it's stunning. So I didn't get as much done on that as I would have liked. I had a good chunk of my 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic dedicated to this. Yeah, but that's okay. It's just, you know, you do what you can. You do what you can, right? Life happens. So other things. Now, I think I showed this last time. The owl. This is Prairie Schooler. This was a free pattern. I got that done. And Little Urn of Horrors by Lindy Stitches. This was my Dark 13 start. Remember, September had a Friday the 13th. That was like a month ago. Holy jeepers. Anyways, so I started off working on this quite a bit. And I was really enjoying it. And this is on this piece of Zweigart I found. And I coffee and tea dyed it. But I'm not doing any of the called fors for this pattern. I'm doing purples and greens, and because that's my jam. So that was good. So let's see now. Yeah, so there you go. That's what I did. And the only thing I would have liked to have done was spent maybe a little more time on Sally Spencer and a lot more time on my Mirabilia. But that's okay. It's not like they have to be done by November 1st or anything. Now, what else did I want to talk about? 24 hours of cross stitch. Dark October. Ooh. Dark October. Okay, Dark October is upon us, and it's been upon us for like a good 2 weeks. And in the last podcast, I said that I wouldn't be doing any stitching when I was away. And that was true. I didn't do any stitching when I was away. I was a good girl. I focused on knitting. So I didn't do any, but since I've been back, I decided to do 3 projects, one for each remaining week in the month of October. And one of the patterns that I'm doing is this Happy Halloween. It's called Halloween Butterfly. It's on page 31. Oh no, page 11 of the most recent Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition for this year. So I'm working on that now. There was a lot of yellow in this particular pattern, and yellow is not. So I've been, okay, kitty cats. Cherub, cherub, cherub. See what I mean? Full moon. The children. So this is what I've done so far. Now, I found this variegated thread, a Weeks Dye Works, called Confetti. And it has like oranges and greens and turquoisey blues and some reds. And I wanted to give my butterfly a little bit of color. And I just love the like the skeleton face or whatever on this guy. Oh my God. It's sweet. So that is one dark October start. The next one, well, we'll see. I have to get myself sorted with linen and, you know, fabric and threads and everything. But the next one was going to be these super duper cutie patooties. Oh my God. I love them. I love you. I love these guys. The Trick or Treat couple on page 19. Oh my God, they're so cute. I love them. They're an absolute scream. And then the other one I'm doing is, of course, my girl, Brenda Gervais. Oh, I love this witch. Oh my God, she is like, I know, I'm sorry, there's like some shimmery, glimmery reflection thingy going on here. I love her. Now, Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilting Podcast, her most recent one, she's finished this. And she has a nice finish thing that she did. I don't think it's framed. I think it's, anyways, the way she framed this piece. Love it. And she only did a little bit of that grass at the bottom. And that's the one thing about this pattern is all that freaking grass. Brenda Gervais. But, yeah, that's a lot of stitch in there and you might lose your mind. But, I mean, oh, this witch is beautiful. So that's the other one. Excuse me while I have a little refreshment. So, oh, this is something I've been meaning to show you and I always forget. This is the black thread I'm using now on my Mirabilia. This is the Sulky. I told you it came in a little spool like this, like it looks like sewing thread. And I don't know if you can see how thick it is. That's one strand. So it's 12 weight. It's cotton. There's 50 yards on this little spool. And it wasn't $10 Canadian. So, and you know, this is your 310 DMC. I don't know if you can see this. You might be all laughing at me while I'm doing this, but I'm going to try and be high tech here for a second. Do not adjust your sets. I'm just going to try to show you the difference in thickness. I think it is somewhat obvious. I'm making a mess here, but I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, it is a little thicker than the DMC. I find the DMC is kind of flimsy. I don't know if it's the dyeing process. It does something to the integrity of the threads. But if you look at the DMC 310 and compare it to other DMCs, I don't know. The thread integrity, I don't know. Something's happened there. Anyways, but the sulky, the 12 weight, I think that's the way to go. If you need to, if you got to use a lot of black and your, coverage is important to you. So there you go. The coverage is better on the Mirabilia piece with the sulky 12 weight. It's not like 100% coverage, but it is definitely superior to the DMC. I was using 2 threads, 2/228 count. So what else did I have to tell you about? So I have my Dark October. Oh, haul. Okay, so let's move on to haul because that's always exciting. So I purchased a copy of the Christmas Ornaments magazine. And this is something I'm planning on doing a little review flip through. I'm probably going to get that done this week. That was another thing I meant to do before I went away. But I had a bit of a sinus situation. So, yeah. I used to buy this all the time in the 2000s when I was really into stitching back then. And so this is the first time I've bought this issue in like a good 10 years. So I'm looking forward to doing a little review on that. I had ordered from Owl Forest Embroidery. You may have heard of them. They're in Russia. And oh no, something's gone missing in action. Oh, well, this is definitely not a 5-star podcast. Anyways, Owl Forest Embroidery. I ordered this fabric from them because it was the recommended one for the very popular The Wizard of Oz Sal. It's a free pattern. And this is the fabric that they recommended. And I also ordered the needle minder. Like, I'm very much the professional podcaster today. It's okay. It's all right. We will just move on. So if anybody wants to do the Wizard of Oz Sal at some point, I mean, people are doing it now and everything, but I didn't have the supplies, and there's a thread kit. I think I'm going to order it from Russia. And, you might want to consider, you might want to look into them, because if you think about the exchange rate and plus postage, it did take 3 weeks for the stuff to come. There was a tracking number. and I found it reasonable. You know, with the Canadian dollar and the Russian ruble, I find postage from the US can be quite expensive sometimes. And sometimes things take a long time to come. And, you know, the US border's right there. Like, you know. So yeah, we'll see how I enjoy stitching on this fabric. It's a different brand. It's Eva Ubelhor. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. It's from Austria, I believe. Anyways, it's a very pretty green color. It's a bluey green, and this was the one recommended. Well, they had 4 colors, 4 different green fabrics they recommended for the Wizard of Oz Sal, but this is the one they had on their website, and it's I can't remember now how much I paid for it, but it's a really nice size of fabric. Do you remember Wellington is a 28 or 32? I think it's 28. I believe it's 28, and it came serged, so that was great. So, and the needle minder basically has the Emerald City, a little picture of the Emerald City on the needle minder. And hi, Welly, say hi to your peeps. Say hi to your peeps. Don't hit the phone though, because it's precariously sitting on something. Okay. Oh, Wellington. Over here. It's a holiday and we don't have a technical staff here today. So, as some of you may recall, Traditional Stitches in Calgary. I belong to the Sampler Thread Monthly Club, I believe, yes. So I got another pack. Yes, baby, everybody is so excited. We're all so excited about these thread colors. So this one is Bluebell. Very light pale blue. Then we have Corn Husk, which is not as green as that. Yeah, that's maybe better. Tiger Lily, this is pretty. Though I think of orange when I think of Tiger Lily. But it's very pretty. Red Plum. Purple. Look at the purple color. Are we getting a good view on that purple? Country Redwood. This is a very nice color. This is like, I'm thinking a burgundy, rusty burgundy color. And then Pineapple Sherbet. It's a very, it is an extremely pale yellow. It's like a yellow, a blush, a hint of yellow. I've lost 2 of these threads on the floor. And Cherub. Okay. Oh my goodness. The cat should have gone to daycare before I started this today, right? So those are beautiful threads. So I'm really happy with this club with Traditional Stitches. I use I pay by PayPal with them, and they send you an invoice. They don't automatically charge you. They send me an invoice and they say, Julia, now it's time again. And so that's great. That's enjoyable. Now, I can't remember the name of the podcast, but it's 2 women. Oh, geez. That's better. There's 2 women, Brenda and the, is it the Serial Stitcher? The Serial Starter. They're the ones with all the laws. You know who I mean. They got these laws about, you got to buy all the Blackbird stuff, and you got to always be working on something like a red work piece and the samplers and that. They have all these. Anyways, I kind of bought into their dogma. Anyways, so, and not that they know me, and not that they would ever know, but I did get something to work on that is going to be just, it's red work. And it's called Scarlet Letters, and it's by the Tempting Tangles Designs. And you may not have seen this before. They have a monochromatic series. And the fabric called for is a stone gray by Spygarts and dinky dyes, silk threads. So I think my local needlework shop does carry the dinky dyes. So I think I'm definitely going to do that. I want to do it on 40 count. Why not? I can do that. I'm Wonder Woman. I can do that, right? 40 count. No big whoop. No big whoop. And now there's just not cross stitch in this. There is some areas on here where there is black work. Black work is like back stitching, but if you're doing the true black work, then it's the whole bind stitch. It's okay. We'll save that for another video. But just think of it as back stitching for now. And then there's some Algerian eyelets. So those are always fun. Yeah, cherub is totally like, yeah, cherub. That tail is just going, let me tell you. Oh my Lord. So I thought this would be fun. And I love words. I love words. I'm really into words and meanings of words. And I think this could be fun. You know, you could do a word every so often. Just sit down, have something, just working on something monochromatic too. There is one in purple. So you know, I'm thinking about that one too. Because I'm not matchy-matchy. Lipstick, nail color. I bought a coat, a winter coat, and it's the same freaking color as my nail polish. Like, I have an illness, people. It's okay, though. There are worse things out there, right? So the other, oh my God, the other thing I got is a Hands Across the Sea sampler. Oh my, the children are really full of beans this morning. And I was on Instagram, and I guess I follow a hashtag or something for Hands Across, I don't know. Anyways, and it came up that there was a Mary Clayton sale happening. And it's done through, geez, I'm probably going to have to insert a name here somewheres. Julie, is it called Framing and Stitching? It's a store in the States, maybe Nebraska. And so the sale has just started. It's just started now. And I'm not kitted up yet. I'm not ready to start this puppy, but I got the pattern. And you know it, people. You know it. Can you hear the heavens singing hallelujah? Oh my God, guys. A 9-year-old girl did this. Seriously. Seriously. Anyways, I'm very excited about this. 9 years old. Oh my, I just, I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment. Hands Across the Sea samplers. Nicola Parkham, I believe, is the one behind. She is one of many. There are many who work on these samplers. They take the time to research the history of these individuals. These booklets are just phenomenal. They are little treasures. They're little history books, and the diagrams, the quality of the paper of these patterns. I mean, it's just really top drawer, just fantastic. And so I don't have my fabric yet. I know quite a few people are using the stone gray. I believe that is the closest maybe to the original. And then there is the numbering is here for the Soie d'Alger, DMC, and as well NPI. So you have a good choice there. I'm thinking though, because, I don't like things to be too easy, right? I'm thinking about doing a conversion to Gentle Arts sampler threads. I'm thinking the Brethren Blue would look fantastic down here in this urn. And I think the chocolate brown would look good in that house. Basically, the colors in Sally Spencer, I think, would look really good in this piece. And there's a little dog. Did you know there was a little dog in this pattern? Can you see that little doggy? Yeah, Wellington's like, we don't do dogs. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think my Mary Clayton's going to have a doggy. But, and there's this lovely little bookmark that she does with the color chart here. The color chart, that's not. Thread guide, maybe. The legend for the threads. It's a cute little bookmark. Something flashed on my phone again. I hate that when that happens. The entire aesthetic of these patterns, the way it's put together, the graphic design, the artwork, and so forth. I really appreciate it all, and it's quite outstanding achievement. So yes, I got those from Traditional Stitches because Traditional Stitches in Calgary just recently celebrated a birthday. So they had an anniversary discount. So that was kind of nice to take advantage of that. So thank you, Traditional Stitches, for having an anniversary discount, and congratulations to you. So that was good. I think that's all I had to say. So, oh yes, the other thing I have to do is I'm going to have to stop and come back. But I need to announce the winner of my giveaway. Remember, I had this cute little chart, and I wanted to know about your provincial bird, your state bird, your national bird, some kind of bird. Anyway, so I'm going to cut away and review my notes for that, and I'll come back with the announcement, and then I will let the lucky winner know. And thank you one and all for subscribing, for liking my podcast, for taking the time to comment on them, for finding me on Instagram and reaching out to me that way too. It's super great. I've got people now that I talk to all the time that are like in Europe and all over the US, Canada. And I have found some, there are quite a few Canadian cross-stitch podcasts out there that I didn't know about before. And I guess it's just the way YouTube and all these algorithms and everything, only certain ones keep coming up in your feed. And so it's so nice. So thank you for reaching out and saying hi and subscribing. And if you ever have any questions, comments, please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can find me here on YouTube. You can leave a message below, or you can find me on Instagram. That is Stitchergirl, G-U-R-L. And I'll have all that information down below, like I always do on everything I've talked about. So thanks so much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody. Stay tuned for the announcement of that giveaway winner. And for all my Canadian peeps out there, don't forget October 21st, Election Day. Thanks. Take care. Go vote. Bye. Hi. So I did my draw for the giveaway, and the winner of the Prairie Fairy is Marguerite Saz. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Marguerite Saz. Congratulations. I have sent you a comment on your response, and please get in touch. I've left you my email address, so please get in touch, Marguerite, and I'll send that to you. Thanks, everybody, for participating. Woo! See you next time. Thanks. Bye.